Okay, good morning. We're going to work out now Pilates on the lower half of the body. So if you are watching, just a reminder that you will need a ball to protect the back. There are other options. You could use a block or pillow for your head. I may use the reel and the band, but there is always an alternative if you don't have those things at hand. First thing I'm going to do is stretch your body so it's ready. If you've done the earlier class today, the Pilates, your upper body would already be ready, but the lower body needs some work. So we're going to get hold of the leg first and stretch it. And again, if you have a bad back, place the ball against or behind the back as we lift up the leg to stretch. I'm just going to lengthen those hamstring muscles and calf muscles. We've done this many times. I always like to pulse the leg so it allows the limber in at the back of the leg to become more supple as you stretch. You don't have to do that though if you don't want to. And then we're going to do the same with the other leg. So again, pulling and stretching through the back of the leg muscles. Once you are there, we're going to lean onto the ball, and I'm going to just turn to the side so you can see there where I'm going with this. And I bring both legs up to what we call a tabletop or boat position. I'm going to stay there for 4 to 5 breaths, just feeling the work into the core muscles. And here, stretching through my spine. If you find it difficult with both legs here in tabletop, then just do the one leg at a time. Today I'm going to get you to breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth, and repeat that for another 6 deep breaths, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Now if you find this difficult, you can drop the leg one at a time to just work into that balance there. Now that was 10 on each leg, so I'm now going to lengthen the legs so that I'm ready, working the core muscle and legs together. Now you can rely on the ball and lean back if you wish and take the arms away. For more progression, holding the legs up and shoulders down. Now if you flex the feet, you'll feel a stretch on the back of the legs as well as you holding into the core muscles. And again, the more progression, although it'd be hard, is to take the arms away. Remember those deep breaths. Now place the hands either side of the legs as we go straight into a hip twist, working through the legs from side to side. Now you might want to come up a little higher or bring the knees in to have a rest, straight backs before you go back into the hip twist. So when ready, side to side. I'm doing 10 on each side. And see if you can take the arms away. Now knees in again, straight backs. So already you're starting to feel the work in the lower back and core muscles. We're now going to remove everything from off of your mats, as we then go into what we call the boomerang. Now some of you will find this difficult. Straightening the legs and crossing the ankles and lengthening your back. We can then still work half a boomerang by bringing your hands either side of the bottom and coming up and down. The rest of us are bringing the arms forwards, tucking in the chin to roll back. Taking the legs all the way behind you and slowly controlling through the back to come back up again. Repeat for 10. Now a deep breath is needed before you roll over. Think about the leg work you did earlier. 4 more. Notice each time I go to roll, I tuck in my chin first. You should really feel your tummy and back now. 2 more. Last one. To come out of this, lengthen the legs and hands to the knees to roll down. Now lay on your back and place a pillow or block underneath the head. Going into crook position now. To release the core muscles, we're going to bring the leg up and down to tabletop. Here as you lift one at a time, and we're going to do 15 on each leg. You will still feel a pull at the top of the legs and inside the core muscles. Now don't forget your breathing. Last 5. And then we're going to progress this by knees in and legs away. And we're going to do 30 on each leg. Here, lengthening the hip flexors, all of the leg muscles. Now remember, the head's not doing anything, so you can rest it there on the pillow or block. But that extension in the knee and the hamstrings will really lengthen the legs. Notice the other leg is in crook position and not moving. If you feel it swaying, hold the top of the leg. Halfway. Four more. We're going to swap legs now. So bend in the leg you've just used. Repeat on the other leg, bent knee to straight. Now you may want to progress this so the knee's going further in the chest before the leg goes away. But if you noticed on each extension, my foot's in dorsiflexion, pushing through the heel. So you're really kicking, if you like, through the calf muscles. Now those that are copying me this morning, already you'll feel a nice increase in your heartbeat, as here we're now increasing your cardiovascular system. So your heart's now having to keep up with every kick away and back. Last 10. How are we doing? Well done. Now we're going to do the same thing now, but bring the hands either side of the bottom, or alternatively you can use the ball again under the posterior, as we will kick alternate legs. So this is really good to protect the back, but here just pushing one leg at a time. Try not to circle the legs because it isn't a cycle, it's a long bike stretch. And again, 30 of these, 15 on each leg. And then here into cycling. Now I'm going to do 60 of these today, 30 on each leg, building up from Pilates here on Friday. So as you take the legs away, notice here I'm pointing my toes for more extension at the front of the calf muscles. You don't have to, you can flex the heels if you wish, depending on where you want to work, whether it's here or here. Just remember to cancel if you get too much at any time, and just bring in the knees or count all the way there to 60. If it gets too much on the tummy muscles, just reverse at any time, which is where we're progressing next. Now you can go up on the shoulders if you wish. That's your option if you want to advance it at home. So here I'm reversing for 60, this time bringing the knees in the opposite direction. Last 10. Now from here, split scissors. So working on the leg muscles, stretching into the tops of the thighs, and here really stretching the lower core muscles. So your rectus abdominis having to do all the work here. Now if this gets too much, just one leg at a time into single leg kicks. It's up to you where you want to go with this. Nearly there, 5 more. Now knees in and rock side to side. So here releasing the core muscles. Now staying here, remove the ball and bring yourselves up again to seated. From here we're going to work a little different and onto the side. So when you're ready, we're going to come onto the side. Some of you may want to start with a bent elbow here. Take your time, whatever you decide to do. Take the top leg over with the bent knee, so this leg is going to support you as you take the hip off the floor. When you're ready, we're going to come up onto the arm and lift and take that arm all the way over the top of the head. Now if you want to advance it, slide the leg down and hold for a count of 6. And coming down, repeat on the other side. And come down. Well done. Now open the legs nice and wide. It is optional if you want to sit on your block. This will lift you up. I'm going to do just that now. Once you're on the block, make sure you're on the edge and open the glute muscles so that you can roll slightly forwards, allowing the leg to stretch here. And we're going to do the saw to start with, which we did last week. Taking the arms away, draw a deep breath in to pull back the shoulder, and with the opposite arm, chop off the ankle, stretch in the back of the hamstrings, lengthening your arms. And we're going to again do 15 on each side. try and get the head further to the knee. More. We're nearly there. Last two. Now reach for the ankles and slide into the legs there. I'm just going to lift the chin here, stretching through the upper torso, and stay there for 2 to 3 breaths. And maybe you could go a little lower. So always in my class I suggest that you use the block and try and get the head or forehead down to the block. So coming up from here, keeping the legs where they are, I want you to twist through the back and the waist and lengthen towards the ankles and bring the head down. Hold there for 2 breaths. And we're going to come up and do the same on the other leg. Now from here onto your sides again. You may want the ball under the hip if you're sore. We're going to bring the legs together and back, and the hips then in line with the knees as we go into clown, lifting up and down here, holding here, the hips facing forwards, but working on the inside and outside of the thigh. So your adductors and abductors do all the work. Each time we open and close, don't let the hips rock. If you find yourself rocking, hand behind you will stop you from doing that. We're going to come up and down, also for 30, and then we're going to do the same on the other leg once we've done one more exercise after clown. We're halfway. Now into hip swings. Bring the other hand in front. We're going to go forward and back with the hip and leg. This time as you work around the body, you should really feel it in the back as well as in the calf muscles. So if you flex the foot again into dorsiflexion, you'll get a full flexion on the hips and back, also working under here as well as in the posterior and leg. Halfway. Well done. Now we're going to repeat on the other leg. So rolling over, both knees together, and when ready, make sure the knees in line with the hip and shoulder as we then go up and down again. Gently as you pull, working through the front of the leg, lifting up and down for 30 counts. 10 more. And here we go. So hip swings again, forward and back for 30. Nearly there, halfway. Last 10. Now we're going to stretch the leg forwards and pulse it to your head for about 10 pulses. And then pull that leg back to stretch, lengthening the heel to the bottom, pushing again the hips forwards. I'm going to do the same with the other leg, so rolling over, pulsing again, the leg away, pushing through the thigh and front leg, and then bringing it back to stretch. Now from here, go onto your hands and lift yourselves into plank. We're going to go extended plank hold. So 10 on each. Bending the knees, roll down. Now working into the back leg, and when ready, stretch the leg behind you and pulse it up and down for 30 counts on each leg, working through your back and bottom. Last 10. Other leg. Now curl over again and lengthen to child's pose. And when ready, going into downward dog, lengthen the legs from all the work you've done. Head travelling towards the knees. Hold that without pulsing for 2 to 3 breaths. Now bring the feet towards the hands and allow the hands to sit over the feet or toes. And just tucking in the head to the knees for about 2 to 3 breaths as we lengthen the back of the legs. And when ready, roll up slowly. Well done this morning. We will see you again for another working on your bottom legs and tummy in a Pilates in 2 days. Have a good day. Thanks for joining me.